Hello, everyone, and welcome to the first of 3 rounds of the All Hands on Deck tournament finale. I'm joined here today by Rom,
Hello, hello.
and we're going to be watching LIMOS and 1-800 Got Hellbombed fight it out for the crown in this tournament. We've had over 20. Well, oh my, Jesus, I'm gonna do that again. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the All Hands on Deck tournament finale. I'm Vastal, and I'm joined by Rom.
Hello, hello.
We definitely didn't have to make a second cut here, and we're on the. Oh Jesus, we're already going right in. It appears that we have a sprinter ball coming in with 1-800 Got Hellbombed. With Auroras? Oh, Jesus. Okay. Taking a good look immediately at this. Both teams don't... LIMOS doesn't have as many hold on count as 1-800. Hunter running double cello. Is it a rail cello in the second? Nope. Just double standard cello. We got... Sorry, Herman. We got Hunter running rail cello. Cheapo, oh no, cheap liner, just general cast with a bunch of meat tugs, snipes on carrier, xenophon on monitors. Over on 1-800 Got Hellbombed, we've got Voxels, jam escorts, more Voxel cap fleet this time, a bunch of dispersed fringe cappers. Flynn running bombers with Auroras. Some of these don't have damage control on them. The one with the Auroras doesn't have damage control. That's an interesting choice.
All the plant control
And
centers.
And then we have Scrubbus here in the battleship. 1-800 Hellbound looking like they're trying to go bottom of the map, ignoring Eclipse. Meanwhile, we have Limos here going towards the Charlie point as well. Both sides neglecting the E point. They don't really care about it. They want to try and control Charlie and the Alpha point.
Which
Limos
means
selecting to go high.
OSB is going to get that point for free.
Yeah, they are. They're not sending anything there right now. So, and it's going to be a meat tug, as they're called, defending that cap. So they're very, very tanky. They're for what they are, and are able to beat gun sprinters in duels.
We need those missiles. Interestingly, this is also what they did in the match they lost against my team on this map. So we'll see if it pays off for them better this time.
We have the first 2 points going to 1-800 Got Hellbomb. They do have the technical cap advantage. That probably won't play into effect at all in this match because this is a 3 neutral map, meaning that there's less pressure to actually get the natural immediately compared to some of the other 2 neutral maps. I mean, a single neutral, like Pillars.
Now, interestingly, so Flynn diving right underneath. I actually saw a bat play this exact strategy where he dives underneath on Gold Rush. He's looking for snipes here on the carrier. Take that out of the match immediately, and you're looking very good, especially because they don't have a carrier. So once they are run out of SDMs, it's just down to that 250 RPF to do all the rest of the anti-craft work.
1 second, just putting off my accessibility. Attack view ambius. Get that off. And it's
So
still
a
on.
monitor blob
There we go.
could be enough to kill the 2 sprinters going up to the A point. They're getting tracked now. They're going to get locked and bombshelled. That's a 5 C90 blob. Going to do great to add damage onto those sprinters going onto the A point. We've also got R1s going to cover. So I think this is going to be a pretty locked down A point. Limos not even choosing to sacrifice any assets for an A point grab.
Yeah, they're being very conservative with it so far. Additionally, they've got the anti-jam there with the Illuminators. There's nothing to jam these guys going onto the A point. It's not like it would matter anyway, because it's going to be things like shuttles. Typically, they would be throwing themselves onto the A cap. So you're not even able to deny them getting a track on you if you could jam with these.
Interestingly, there is actually an OSP capper. We're just looking at a little later.
maybe purposely choosing to do that because what you end up doing sometimes is you throw the cap around at the same time, and because the cap progress is stalled, it ends up being in like in the area for longer, getting shot at. So it can sometimes just die
Right,
before you
both
even get cap
cappers dead.
progress. Yeah, both of them getting
It
knocked out by those rockets.
Interestingly, Duke had command S1s on those, but I think because of the way that the Kudas were turning that way, they all got shot out to the side, and then the Kudas were microed back instantly and dodged those AMMs.
Yeah, that's a very good micro there from WZ Snipes.
We still have a Cringer hiding behind the ball here on A, so maybe that'll get thrown on to deny cap progress. No other denial besides low sprinters from Blackbat. Sorry, low CLs,
Hmm.
Vauxhalls. That
The
capper is not tracked yet, though.
BB choosing to dive rather than engage the monitored ball in the cellos right now, especially since there is the rail cello, and that can at least be annoying. We're seeing A cap starting to go towards Limos's favor. The Voxes, right now, they don't have it locked. They should have a decent enough track and are jamming, so they're not going to get any counter
Oh,
shots coming in.
but the Bellbirds. Uh,
Oh, Scrubbus is getting his Sarissa reins caught out there and is getting nailed with a bunch of grape shot, plasma, and high explosive rounds. If he loses this early, that's a bit of an issue.
all
Losing the
right.
drive, but it might.
Fake
Missiles coming
missile
in.
dump.
Yeah.
Yep, on
Oh,
an
going into
LLM
a decoy.
decoy.
Good choice there. I love putting
Yep,
out decoys like that. It shows
yep,
where the the bombers are, and they waste the missiles.
yep. And so now all the R1s are going straight to the bottom of the map.
The SAR snipes immediately recognizing what that threat is, sending those planes down there. And I assume Flynn has a number of SDMs if we take a look here inside the launchers.
It
Yep, we
looks
do
like
have
about
some
32.
Naganatas. Scrubs'
Okay, and ANS
BB.
fails to
Oh, go
deny
on.
A. That's huge. That's incredible.
Yeah, they did manage to fail to get that. It was a standard gun vet as well. Nothing special inside that thing that could have helped it survive longer, like I don't know, a reinforced DC locker or something silly.
So they're getting the four cap. ANS, Duke of Stars, Cap, Vauxhalls are unable to stop these meat tugs from capping the point. The meat tugs just occluding at the right,
Yeah,
just
that
the
we
left
got
of
a
these
four
Voxes.
cap in Limos's favor here. No threat really here at all on the Eclipse point. Nothing of value heading over to try and deny it. The Voxes are in the bottom. The Bombers starting to fire some Naganatas up here towards this flight. This is a ASF flight, I believe, if I take a look here. Yeah, HE frag, all that. So instead, Snipes is going to have to bring up some new flights to engage that later. This is
Okay,
not a
two
very good
sprinters out.
situation, though, for them.
Two sprinters out of SDMs, 24 left.
Not and all they're doing is kind of nailing the like an ASF flight that's purposely trying to bait missiles, I think, from what we can see here. The Voxes by the Charlie point, they
Yeah.
were trying to contest it there, but the meat tugs didn't take enough damage. Well, they weren't exposed. They managed to get behind cover, so they're not dying. They're not getting free kills on those, and the Voxes are just having to walk away, especially since they don't know what this liner has, and they're probably a bit nervous to fight it. They also don't
Well,
know
and
where the monitor ball and the cells could just shift over and engage them if they try to throw themselves onto the cap.
yeah, when they were trying to fight that line ship, they were also getting engaged by the rail cello. So they weren't able, like, they would be able to win that fight if they weren't getting railed. So they can't be taking
Mm.
that damage earlier.
Yeah, as we can see where the rail silo is right now, it's in a very good position. It has line of sight on Charlie. It has line of sight on that alpha point. From up here, it can see a lot of things. We have
Right.
Duke of Stars starting to get engaged by these cells. It's going to be a bit of an inconsequential engagement. The main thing right now is the bombers. They're trying to find the carrier, but Snipes, knowing where the bombers were, is just rising up and up and up. He doesn't want anything to do with the bombers, so there's nothing of value for Flynn to kill down here at all, which is very frustrating because the first thing you want with bombers is surprise. You want to get behind the enemy and well, bomb them before they know where you are. Then the second thing is you want to be able to kill a lot of stuff if you are found. Right now, Flynn can't do either of those things due to that decoy earlier.
Yeah, we've got the Black Bat Vauxhalls rotating east side, so they're going to take that point. They identified that since OSP is strong on this side, they can't have assets to cover E, and so they're just going to
Hmm.
grab that. Still not going to put them up on points, though. They really need to push this strong position of OSP out, and they don't really have a good option to do that yet.
Yeah, they're choosing to just completely leave the Charlie point. It, most likely, it looks like they're going to try and move their center of gravity towards Eclipse, and then like trying to get onto the dagger point. It's going to be very difficult, right? Because they have the only assets they have there in the meantime are the sprinter ball, and you don't really want to throw that directly onto a cap. We see engagement starting again. Scrubbs' battleship in the open getting shot at. The range
Poor
is getting
Sarissa
finished
Cube.
off. Yeah, Sarissa Cube getting finished off here. It's no way it's surviving this. Snipes sending out another squadron of ASF directly at the battleship. I guess the idea is just waste Naganatas.
Yeah, Snipes, he might trade a little better with these flights because they have frag missiles and they can maybe get a couple before they encounter, impact the Kutas. They actually are
Mm-hmm.
getting pretty good intercepts. Like, that was about five SDM-2s launches without any fighter losses for a little bit there. Yeah, so Flynn still looking at 24 SDMs, Scrubbus down
The
to
enemy is
26
securing Zone
SDMs,
Eclipse.
uh, Black Bat Black Bat down to 16 Noggies, Duke
Mm-hmm.
down to 23. So still looking pretty healthy, but
It's interesting they chose to forego bringing a carrier, so of course they do need a lot of SDMs. I unfortunately right now I think the choice of bombers it was a gamble and it's not really paying off yet due to the fact that well they got seen so early. Another thing is it looks like they don't have the power to uh keep up all of these auroras at the same time, probably because they have the parallax in there as well. So they're gonna have to turn off the radar to fire the auroras.
yeah.
Scrub is finally getting behind cover here. Duke of Stars is now swinging back around towards Charlie direction, but did get spotted. I think what he was
The
trying to
enemy
do is make it
secured
look
Zone
like he's going
Eclipse.
towards the Bravo A cap area and then move back. But unfortunately, there's enough sensors around here for OSP to see them moving. Hunter making a good choice here, just knowing when to walk away with the meat tug and keeping it annoying and alive and in the fight, not trying to deny that ECAP instead walking away, because of course it
Yeah,
would just die.
yeah, beautiful positioning. Now he gets to feast on all the ship boxes here. All of
Hmm.
these defenseless sprinters. This one might have been intended for D. Now it's never gonna make it.
The modern ball just keeping the central position, keeping the ACAP effectively out of play for a lot of Naganatas, command Naganatas being thrown out here by Flynn on another flight. These guys are. This one's an R1 CUDA group, and it's command Naganatas. So they got a lot of kills. They knocked out the majority of that flight, down to three, still functioning. Make that two, with another Naganata going out.
That is the last. There's two more Naganatas left, and then there's three.
Okay, Flynn has an actual run at the carrier right now. If he can figure out where it is or tries to say go for the rail cello, he's going to see the carrier. The monitors are going to have to turn. I think the monitors have to turn around and try and face the this bomber pair right now, a bomber group. Otherwise,
They are
it's going to get
moving.
close enough.
That shifting is Snipes. Snipes is now moving. Snipes is, yeah, moving away from the bomber group.
Hmm.
Last two Naganatas out. So this is do or die for Flynn.
Knocking out two more, but this is going to be very rough. Completely out of Naganatas, you say? Yeah.
Yep, just three I think two anti-skiff SH2 left.
Yeah,
And
that's
so
going to be real rough
now,
because we have another flight coming in with a bunch of rockets and bombs. What it's going to decide to go after, I'm not sure. It looks like it was shaping up to go for the BB. Oh, rails.
Yeah, so we've got
So they have
Duke
decent
of
tracks.
Stars underneath C, and then we have Black Bat CLs moving towards D to support that, maybe to provide
Hmm.
more SDM cover. Scrubbus is holding the entire back line. It'll be interesting to see if Black Bat hops onto the A point while all the monitors are distracted.
It seems the monitors are continuing. Only so Xenophon's deciding to split their attention. One monitor is being tasked with pointing its gun back towards the bombers. I think the threat of the monitors being here is forcing Flynn back. Although Xenophon is actually keeping. No, no, no. That was a mistake on my part. They are still rolling all of the monitors towards it. It was just the rest of the group was slower.
Yeah, and
This cap lead is
despite
getting brutal.
yeah, yeah, despite having those anti skiff SH2, Flynn was unable to take out a hatchet skiff here of hunters,
Hmm.
and now it is providing those offset tracks. Brutal. You don't need
Yeah,
a bloodhound
brutal
when you
indeed.
have this kind of stuff. They're desperately trying to plink away at it with RPF, but it's not going to happen at these kind of
Oh, yeah,
ranges.
I was just about to say this would be a good time to try for the A cap, and that's exactly what Black Bat's doing. Trying to get this cringe capper onto the alpha point whilst everyone else is distracted. Xenophon's most of the fleet is going to become occluded if she keeps moving this direction, but there's a very juicy target being Flynn here. Th thrusters rear, thrusters facing, sorry, main engines facing towards the monitor ball. So if they get bomb shelled, that's going to hurt a great deal. Going to kill all the maneuverability, at least
Yeah.
forwards, and also do a lot of damage to the drive.
Duke picks off one meat tug going for B. Hunter's LN rotates mid, and we've got Black Bat moving close to the LN to the CCs here in the middle. Black Bat
Ooh,
does what I assume to be HEKP SH3 that will is very effective at coring out a monitor or a cello of their choosing.
oh, it looks like we're about to get an A cap denial here, unfortunately. Yep, 100 not being able to get that A cap, but they do have the Voxes shaping up for Charlie. We can see that they're trying to take advantage of the fact that OSP is trying to desperately to kill these bombers while they had the chance. Getting a few hits, reading some of the drives. If Flynn is not in loose formation, that can slow down the group, and as we can see, it kind of is. They're only going 23 meters a second right now.
Yeah, once you take that thruster damage, sprinter blobs become very unwieldy. I think at this point, Xeno is just pause firing the bomb.
Hmm. Flynn is going to get away.
Yeah,
Lucky for
so
him.
Scrubbus, one Nagadata left. Duke of Stars still has 23, and Black Bat still has 16. Uh, looks like Snipes has about 20 Kudas on the board right now, and another 20 Kudas in the racks.
Okay, so quite a few planes did get knocked out so far at this stage. Limos getting
Duke
onto the
gets C.
Bravo point though, that is a big deal. Losing your
Yeah,
natural, and there's nothing really close to retake it that's able to kill this thing as well.
yeah.
Oh
So
my god, the
Duke
closest
gets
thing that they have is
C.
the BB. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's either the BB or this C Voxes. Duke, if he realizes that LN has moved mid, I think he needs to split, and he needs to, have these Voxes cover one thing, 1 point each.
Yeah, I would not want to be in the position 1-800 Hellbound is right now.
No, no, it's brutal. Getting four capped at the start is not what you want to happen.
The craft bullying the poor bomber group. Okay, it does have the Aurora to slowly chip away at these Barracudas. Slowly now, actually, Jesus. Anyhow.
Yeah. This BB under rail fire and 450 fire, just
Hmm.
brutal. Starting to lose
Luckily, the
HP,
rails the rails are a little bit offset, but that is quite a few crits.
I mean, every 5% of damage those fires get in is super big value.
And here's the thing, though. Hunter can just keep one of these meat tugs around this Charlie point kind of indefinitely, and it forces Duke of Stars to have to decide what am I supposed to do with these Voxels. If I try to leave and go for Bravo, with both of them or send one to the other place, they're going to take Charlie again. So I have to sit here. And if I waste my time trying to kill this thing, then I'm not going to points.
Yeah. And once they split, they will be easy targets. At least one of them will be for R1
A
hell
lot.
bombing.
Yes. BB's starting to get a little bit more brutalized there. The meat tug that from earlier didn't get finished off. I didn't see that, but didn't comment. It's not going to be able to get this E point though, I believe, because there is a few Mark 62s that'll knock it out again, or at least should.
And
A
Flynn can choose to use missiles if he wants to. Yeah, which
mhm.
he will.
A capper, a second attempt at it. This thing is not going to live long, I think, because the monitors are now no longer occluded by the rock. They've got all of their guns firing on it. And soon they're going to have those C90s on target too.
We've seen a very careful, maneuver warfare game up to this far. Not a lot of assets lost on either side. But I think once Hellbomb realizes, that they're 300 points down, 400 points to go, they need to start making moves. I think we're going to start seeing Foxhalls die pretty quick.
Desperate plays. It looks
Yeah,
like
I'm.
Xenophon switched ammunition there. Oh, this is going to be a very close A cap, possibly. If the aux steering or the drive dies in it, then it's yep, immediately recognizing that those are the two things you need to store to keep it alive. There we go, A cap.
Beautiful. So that's keeping them in the game. I'm not sure if they need a four cap.
If I take a
You're gonna
look
need a
at the
calc for
quick
that.
math, I think so. For every 300, well, for every 400, they get 600. They do need a yeah. They need it. They need a four cap.
Yeah. So interesting. Duke is going to be able to get B. He's taking the long way around. Oh, but he can't contest the T-20 shuttle at all. No guns on these sprinters.
Yeah,
So can't even beat a single T-20.
Hunter deciding to just
Brutal.
accept that they got the B cap and is just walking away into orbit, right? And then it's going to return after they cap it.
Hunter's
Interesting
Safari
choice.
score is going to be pretty high. Went from B to C all the way over to E now.
Going on a little journey through
Interestingly,
time.
yeah. Interestingly, Duke of Stars has
Ooh, another
chosen to
rocket
split his
strike coming in
boxes.
actually onto the BB. Going to try and
Ooh,
hell bomb it, but Naginata's coming in from the Voxes below. If this strike gets through, it'll mess up the BB quite bad, but
okay, that's Duke of
a big
Stars, the only
number.
one with Noggies. Only one with Noggies left.
I don't
And
think this
we've
is gonna.
got,
Oh, this
yeah,
is gonna
I
be a
think
tricky
that's it.
one. Is it gonna get through the bombs? I don't think it
Um,
is. Right now, the craft AI is pulling it away. Just too
two,
close.
two defenders left, only one in arc.
Oh, they're about to
Is
get
another.
evac. Bingo fuel. It's over. They're going to
Brutal.
return, not getting the
Brutal.
bombs off.
BB's sitting at
So,
5 restores. It's going to spend all of them right now, all but one.
Duke of Stars here, using both of the voxels to finish off this meat tug instead of moving on away from it.
Hunter's just going to
Which,
take A back.
yeah, it does look like
If
there's
this,
nothing there to stop it. Besides, well, there are the voxes. They do have those. Oh no, they don't have line of sight. They won't be able to hit it. We have Hunter here also going for this Eclipse cap with the 100 mil 250 liner, and it's going to actually, if it gets a lock on these bombers somehow, it's going to mess them up. It's within pinpoint lock range, 5k. It might be able to ignore one jammer.
and the biggest thing about this liner is 800 points.
Yeah,
Limos'
very
entire
cheap.
front line is pretty much okay. And so every missile that's expended to vaporize this thing quickly is not one spent to kill the actual monitors and cellos that are going to split pretty soon.
Oh, here we have a second squadron coming in on the BB though, another hell bombing group. And I thought this one was ASF. It's going to fire all of its rockets. Bombs still
Two
not
defenders in
authorized.
arc.
The bombs have been authorized. Are they going to be dropped in time? There we go.
Yep, yep.
Oh, the BB's hurting real bad. Magazines are redded. It's not going to be able to defend itself from the next bomb strike. That's a dead battleship. Hunter's E-Capper getting a
Yeah.
lot of missiles being thrown at it.
There are many things this LN has, but PD is not one of them. Something like
Uh,
that.
Probably gonna get structure broke for that many. Oh no, there's smaller warheads than I expected. Okay, and that's the BB. Yep, finished off.
Yeah, so
Duke of Stars here, splitting up the fleet, sending one Vox over to the Bravo point, the other one trying to push towards Dagger, at least forcing some of the monitors to do other things. Oh, this
the
is very
irony,
tricky.
the irony is
A
Hunter's
cap.
shuttle over
Yeah.
here is probably going to be able to. Well, not only gets the A cap, the shuttle at the very edge of the B side of the map is going to be able to go around, skirt this foxhole, and get to C.
Oh my God, is that that is what's gonna happen? It looks like either that or no. He's not gonna
Oh,
try and look
Black
for
Bat is
anything.
programming. Black Bat. Oh, he was programming SH3. He stopped. He lost track. Yeah, I
Looks
mean,
like
an
he
entire
just
monitor
The enemy
ball and
secured
two
Zone
Ocellos
Ales.
is tough to pen at the best of times.
that it is. A cap going back to Limos. So now the score is going to be 500 to 232. That is going to be. Oof. You're going to need a
So Hunt
5 cap by the time you get through all of this.
The
Snipes
enemy is
is
securing
going to
Zone
lose
Box.
pretty much this entire flight of 8 to this RPF. Just on, well, maybe not the entire
Oh,
flight.
no, no.
It's
It's
going to
going to
lose a
be
couple.
occluded by the rock here. It's not going to get knocked out.
Yeah, so we're looking at 11 in the air and right now another 6 in the A's. But he did his job. He wiped out 3K of ANS.
That he did. Yet knocking out that baby gives a lot more liberty for the monitors and the Ocellos to just move around and just punch the Vauxhalls in the face. The bombers
Rails
are
getting
still
onto
the
Duke of
biggest
Stars.
concern.
Yeah, absolutely. Rails getting onto Duke of Stars. Yeah, he
Yeah.
just won't be able to push around to D. He has to stay on the C count. ANS gets B, but I don't know. I think the big ball of OSP is going to crash into somewhere pretty soon.
Hunter is still able to keep this E cap
The enemy secured
in
Zone
Yeah.
play
Box.
for Limos, right? The liner just existing and sitting there, even how cheap with how cheap it is, it's going to be annoying. And Flynn's going to have to basically waste a bunch of missiles to try and kill this thing. When the real threat right now is the monitor ball splitting and the Ocellos. I think they're going to need to go for a Hail Mary, and we could see the Duke. Oh, Blackbat here is throwing himself onto the A cap. Xenophon is distracted. No, no, no. Actually, not even bothering to face the voxel over there. What were you going to say?
The big thing is that they can like guaranteed remove about maybe 3 individual monitors or like one Ocello out of the missiles
Mm-hmm.
just from the missiles of Black Bat and Flint. Like they still have some pretty nasty HEI HEKP salvos.
Oh, more missiles from Flynn going out onto Hunter's LN here as it tries to run down the bombers
Actually,
at
very
least.
surprised it didn't. He wasn't like I don't know. He wasn't gonna try and rock PD those or anticipate this. Yeah. LN instruction
Oh,
broken now.
hitting himself with one of the containers there. Oops.
Brutal. Brutal. I'm smelling decisive engagement on Alpha. These CCs are cresting the ridge. The CLs are going to have to throw themselves onto Alpha because they need this point. Let's see if Herman's Auroras are going to stand the test here.
The enemy is securing Zone Eclipse.
6
The
But
HEKP
enemy is
SH3 are
securing
no
Zone
joke.
Ends.
oh my god, I think they're still going to take Eclipse with this liner. I think it's going to survive the all the hits here. Flynn programming more missiles. I think these ones are probably going to be the Heck P out of desperation now. Oh, these ones are the hybrids. Any Heck P in there? Yep, some Heck P too. Vox is committing on Alpha. Still shooting at the dead tug that's been dead for a while.
Okay.
The Heck Ps and all that hitting the Eclipse Capper. But it's still alive and it still has an restores and everything.
Okay.
They're getting
Black
Eclipse.
Bat firing. Black Bat firing. Triple HEI.
Oh no, no, not enough jamming going on there, and
Oh,
command
they're in
jamming.
Aurora range as they stage. Like they're in Aurora range as they come out of the tube. Crazy.
Brutal. None of
The
those
enemy
missiles
secured zone
making
Eclipse.
their mark on the Acels, it seems.
The enemy secured zone Atlas.
You're having trouble with hybrid defense. Just be within 3 kilometers with your Auroras as they come out of the tubes.
Just get in their face. And yeah, as you were mentioning earlier, I've been watching this shuttle, and it's going for the Charlie point. Duke of Stars does have a Vox still nearby, but I think this thing's not going to be spotted until it's on the point.
Xenophon's left of monitor for Delta. It's going to encounter this jamming Naginata sprinter, and the sprinter's not going to be able to do a single thing.
The cap liner dying finally. The Acel is just charging directly onto the point. 450 right into the face of these voxels. They can't dodge it at this distance. Gonna hurt a hell of a lot.
Hunter's going to get
The,
on this C-cap, and I think the CL is even going to be occluded, just to add insult to injury.
it is. Oh, the rail Cello losing its bulk mag to the Vox off to the side, which is, I guess, a nice little treat for one who got Hellbomb, but they're going to be losing the Charlie point in
Yeah.
return for
and
that
they're losing
Voxel being in a
3K.
position. Yeah. The Cellos have to take on the MN Ball and the Cellos.
The enemy
Wait, the
is
Vox is
securing
going to take on
zone
the
Comet.
Cellos. There we go, Charlie cap. Still not even spotted on Charlie. Getting Eclipse
Yep.
back, but they're not going to get that 4 cap that they really needed.
Yeah. Great maneuvering. They dropped the ball onto A when OSP committed. Or sorry, ANS committed.
Xenophon
Yeah.
detaching a monitor earlier. You can see here that 1-800 was trying to go for that 5 cap,
The
but
enemy secured zone
Xenophon
Eclipse.
anticipated, put a monitor on that D point. This bomber isn't able to do anything about it. It doesn't even have the missiles to kill it, let alone the gun.
And so while this CL might eventually be able to kill the monitor on D, game will be over by then.
Yeah, it's looking like this is a decided match now. Pretty
The enemy secured
dominating
zone Comet.
performance, I think, from Limos, at least in not dominating, but very strong performance from Limos there. Hatching them out, forcing, or at least tricking 1-800 into revealing a lot of their cards really early, getting a lot of information warfare, and also just very good plays with a lot of their light assets, keeping them alive, not throwing away light assets early, and using them later in the match to harass people and take those points again. Reactor debt on the A cap.
Well, that's a lot of armor stripped monitors.
Yeah, and
I
monitor
don't think
stripped
it will even be
boxes
enough.
too. On a 2 cap, Limos will win in 4 minutes. The Delta cap is not going to be
The enemy is securing
uncontested
zone
anytime
Atlas.
soon. And there we go, A cap starting to be taken. One of the Voxes dying there as well. This is now a pretty much decided round. What are your thoughts on it?
Yeah, really strong performance. I don't think there was ever a point after Flynn launched those missiles on the line ship decoy at which Hellbomb was in the driver's seat. Emos just was forcing Hellbomb to respond to them at every single point in this match.
Yeah, I would
Great
say I
stuff.
agree with your assessment. Luckily, though, there's going to be a second round. Yep, there we go. We have the surrender there. Calling it GG. That is round 1 going to Limos. 1-800 Hellbomb still has a chance to come back from this. See that on the second round, which is going to be on Tumbleweed. And I have every confidence that they are going to be able to pull this off because they're a very competent team.